What is up, guys? My name is Kingston, and today I would like to welcome you to another Napoleon Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4, 2 UK, 1 Russian, 1 Austrian going up against 2 French, same general actually, same army, Edward Mortier, and you have Denmark, Friedrich Hessen-Kassel, and Poland under Jan Henryk Dabrowski, I believe, is sort of how that's it. Now, we've seen this map before. In fact, the last time we saw it was a massive engagement right here on this hill. I'm excited to see what they're going to do this time. Like I said, we're bringing 2 UK factions. So you have William Carr Beresford, and he is bringing, well, this is part of his army. Other armies right here, actually. Bringing a lot of good infantry, bringing a lot of lights. As you can see, this army is comprised of light infantry, green rascals, skirmishers, along with the general. Very cool looking. And his calves kind of out front scouting about. You have the main body of his army. And then you have, I believe, I just saw his name too. I was just looking him up. Henry Clinton. He's bringing a much smaller army than his counterpart. But bringing some really good cavalry. He's even bringing the Scots Greys, very excellent cav. I always think of that super famous battle in Waterloo where he sent them and they met with the Lancers. Of course, you have Kutuzov with the Russians, bringing the masses, bringing some grenadiers in the back lines, but he's bringing actually a lot of grenadiers. You can see 5 Grens, bringing some 20-pounders. F2, which, man, with how far back he spawned, and the fact that he's headed for the forest, I'm kind of apprehensive of what this is going to do, because these cannons are going to get left behind, and this force is going to slow him down. He has to choose the road, I would say. And then, of course, Austria, which brings some... I bash Austria a lot, but they actually aren't terrible. I mean, their infantry are slow and clumsy and terrible, but their cav is decent. They have the cuirassiers. Looks like they have some horse artillery. Johann Fremont is commanding that. Actually, this guy, I was researching him. He started as a trooper in the cavalry and worked his way up the ranks. His gallantry and he was extremely brave, and so he got promoted very quickly. Served in the Italian campaign. I think he even covered the retreat at Pave. So he's having some hussars with him. A lot of hussars, actually. And it looks like he'll probably be taking on Denmark, and I've never seen anyone take this road and go this way. That'll be very interesting to see. I feel like this map has gotten reworked because the old map had a town right here. Oh, wait, no, it's right here. Never mind. Disregard anything I just said. I'm stupid. So, it looks like the first engagement is actually going to be over here, where France is setting up their Imperial Guard. We have another French cav going over here. Of course, England was watching for them as the UK. The general is really going out by himself a lot, man. That's very risky. But actually, for once, the French have this. Although the deployment zones are different in that usually this is a deployment zone right here, and they change that. I like that. I like changing it up, making different battles. It looks like France is going to commit with some Grenadier Cheval and Chasseur Cheval, running kind of early, to be honest. You're going to kind of exhaust your units here, but he's going to charge over. England's like, yeah, screw that, we're going, and they are going to run, and honestly, I think France maybe was just trying to scare them off, which it worked. I mean, these are light dragoons in hussars, so not going to be super good for the UK in the situation. They're going to run back towards their blue horse guards. Now, you got to watch because the UK actually have some cav they can use to play. Now, they do have... their skirmishers are not really being protected very well, guys. Oh, it looks like they are going to commit and drive back these Chasseurs Cheval. I would be... that is going to go terribly for you, as these Grenadier Cheval are just going to butcher your guys once they hit these Chasseurs Cheval, and here they come. Now, over here, it looks like the Denmark... Oh, man, so Russia is going through these trees. Maybe they're going to hide in here. I don't know. They're going for the long play. But Denmark and Poland are closing really fast to these hussars from Austria. Austria does not probably want to lose their cav, so they're going to start falling back over here. Looks like the UK are going to now retreat. And honestly, they should probably not engage because these Grenadier Cheval are just going to lap up these UK cavalry and just keep pursuing them. Now they do have some cav that can swing in and totally overwhelm this French cav. I think France sees that and they're going to now fall back. It looks like no one actually lost any units. I mean, they did lose some units in their units, but they didn't lose, oh my goodness, they didn't lose any routed units yet. But here comes some cuirassiers. UK sending over more hussars. Oh my goodness. The Scots Greys better get in here because this is a disaster. France is going to capitalize on this. UK pushing on this side, but cuirassiers are going to be pushing. These skirmishers are just going to get butchered. Although this is excellent, guys. Run your infantry up. Form square. These cuirassiers are getting butchered. They are just getting shot to pieces here. That is what you want to see. Over here, France is going to push in and totally envelop, sorry. This side, looks like we have some cav getting charged over here. Austria getting totally wrecked by Poland. Poland just rushing in all of their lancers. And Denmark is showing up. Austria is in big trouble. Austria, their cuirassiers are going to break. They have a general here trying to inspire them. Fremont is trying to keep them in the fight, but that's going to go disastrously. And without cav, Austria is gone. And these hussars are not going to do well against lancers. I mean, the lancers won't do well, but they just are overwhelmed. And here goes the general now, guys. Austria is in trouble. This is looking terrible for them. Now, over here, I'm sorry, I'm trying to bounce back and forth. It looks like actually the UK and France are falling back. Some chasseurs cheval ran. Actually, no. France is not done. No, maybe they are. I mean, they're tired. Their guys are tired, so I would fall back and disengage. One French unit and one UK unit are gone. And over here, it looks like Austria is going to definitely be losing on this one. Oh, man. Oh, no. The problem is there's so much cav on this side now, and I don't see very many of these units that can even form square. I mean, they have some on the flank, some of their grenadiers, but this is bad for them. They need help. They need Russia to help them because this infantry is going to do diddly squat if Poland decides to just slam them with a ton of cav in the center. Their center is so weak. If I was Poland, I would be just, thinking, oh, man, wait till Denmark brings up their infantry and you just screen. Use your infantry and cav at the same time and rush up. That would be perfect. Now, Russia is going for the long play, guys. They are going through the trees. And this is going to be very, very slow going for them. They are going to take a while, but, I mean, maybe that's okay. The UK are also not really pushing forward super fast. I think they're not worried too much. This is a very good tactic. You have some light foot that can form square, has excellent range to kind of guard your skirmishers, can form square, and you have your skirmishers that are pushing up, being super aggressive, shooting a ton of cav that is getting really close. Artillery, I hear now set up. We have some 6-pounders set up shooting the artillery, and I think this battle is actually going to take part on this side, not in the center here. On this side, which actually, if you look at the train, I'm going to zoom in here. It's kind of sloped in the favor of France, but if you come to this side a little bit, it is sloped in favor of the UK. So who's going to go into this little valley? Who's going to push into these trees? And that will be discovered soon, as both these armies are going to be advancing. We have horse artillery, 6-pounders firing across towards the UK. The UK are bringing some light foot up, maybe to put some... I'm not sure if they're going for the house or if they're going to put some stakes up, but we got some cav now engaging. Light dragoons going to get some chasseurs cheval. Oh, in the center. Oh my goodness. Poland just wrecked this 20-pounder. Oh, Russia was not looking for that. And Russia just lost their artillery, guys. That was an easy, like one guy was lost from Poland. So now they are just going to be running amok in the back lines. They are probably going to do a lot of damage here. That is not something you ever want to see. Russia is forming up in these trees. They are going to be very slow moving. Austria maybe wants to form up along this little river and lake just because, I mean, cav going against you, you don't want to give them any advantage. This open field is just like going to have they're going to have a field day. a massive field day. So Poland, I'm assuming, is bringing a lot of infantry, so it'll be a Denmark versus Austria, and I think Denmark has slightly better infantry. They do bring a lot of militia, but they bring some really good units as well. Looks like France, once again, is trying to just scare back any UK cav that's trying to scout, and I think they're going to get charged and defeated. The French being very aggressive, making sure that the UK cannot scout out this area and see what they're planning. That's kind of a very good strategy. You do not want if you can, you want to protect your I can't talk. You don't want them to know what you're doing. You don't want to protect your lines. You want to protect your artillery. We got the UK, I think, setting up by this hill. Maybe they're just going to hold here and see if the French push.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
I think the skirmishers are actually going to fall. I think they were trying to get to this building. That is not something you exactly want to do. Light company trying to take a building, grenadiers could just rush in and just slaughter those units. So now we have maybe Russia is going to have a pivotal role here, guys. They could maybe all of a sudden just pop out, be like, surprise, and hit the side of France. And the two French are going up against two UK. Russia could easily just totally shift the balance in favor of the Allies. Now, Austria over here, I think they're trying to go for this building. If you're going to do that, put your guys that can form square in the front, because this... Okay, they do have some dragoons and cuirassiers from Russia trying to help protect the army, so good job for Russia trying to help out their ally who lost some of their cav. I think they're going to try maybe defend this choke point here, as Denmark and Poland would then have to push on one army, and it would be an advantage for Austria, and Russia could then push with allies going for these two French armies. Now skirmishers getting really close. They don't need to be this close. In fact, this may be because of an LOC glitch. Oh. Who's charging? Oh, yep, we got some Russian cav, possibly, backed up with some infantry. Good job. Oh, my goodness. Guys, Poland and Denmark are on the move. And these cuirassiers are definitely going to get surrounded and destroyed. These dragoons are going to have to hold, because this is nasty. Oh, no. Poor Russia. They just are going to get surrounded and just...
Our men are running, sir.
Destroyed. Okay, over here we have more cavalry engaging. Yep. France went in and just with their Villagars, the Mamelukes, just totally slaughtered these light company. Now, of course, we have some Hussars that are going to try to drive them off the field, maybe. And they broke them. So that's one victory. Over here, it looks like we got some more infantry and cav, but let's not miss out on the fight that's happening over here. Russia has lost all their cav. Oh, it looks like the Hussars are going to go for Denmark's Frederick Hessel. Over here, Denmark and Austria are forming up, getting ready to start fighting. As said, I think Austria is going to make it to this choke point, and Denmark needs to push very aggressively here, guys. Otherwise, they're going to be fighting through the trees. Cav can't really work very well. It's going to be a lot more difficult for them. Now, like I said, Russia did lose their cav. They lost some lancers. I think they saved their cuirassier. No, they didn't. So Russia has not done anything yet. They are maybe being a little more patient, which is okay. They're going to see what UK and France do. Now, this is going to be a classic rivalry. The UK fighting France. If anyone hated the French and English, if they hated each other, it would be themselves. That's a really stupid statement that it's made, but you know what I mean. The classic rivalry is always France and England. So over here, the UK, or not the UK, Austria is, I think, just trying to sacrifice. These are, unfortunately, really good units to sacrifice. But Denmark is going to start putting some real pressure on them. But they are just going to fall back, guys. That's all they have to do here. They have successfully pushed for this point. I would even fall back behind the LOC. And that could really help you because the Cav cannot really easily push these trees. It'll exhaust them or they'll just move really slow. Actually, I think Russia is going to go charge some Denmark cavalry here. You don't want to catch them out. And Dragoons are an excellent pack-the-punch kind of a unit. Poland is going to rush some units over. Oh no, he's going to charge the enemy Cav. That may affect... Oh, well, now Russia's going to lose now. Russia lost their Cav. It was excellent in trying to catch them off guard, but unfortunately the Cav was too aware, and now Poland is just going to start butchering this line. Like I said, Austria needs to fall back to this building and maybe behind it just to be able to break up any Cav that engages. Here comes Russia, though. Russia is going to start helping out, holding this area. I'm surprised Austria hasn't fallen back even more. I mean, this is terrible. You have this open field still, and Poland is just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So it looks like Russia has decided where they're sending the bulk of their army. As France and the UK aren't really doing a whole lot here. Now, UK did push over. They have some cavalry here. They have some infantry sitting right here with some skirmishers. So an excellent little force has taken part of this hill. And that will maybe even the odds if there is a fight for this hill. They now have a flank, and I'm surprised France hasn't tried to take it. You know, I'm really surprised they didn't try to meet them as they're advancing. Maybe they don't have anything over here. Maybe France is just sitting. Oh, I hear some Cav, maybe. And the great thing is, this is excellent. UK are really well placed with their infantry that can form square to be able to combat French cavalry. Now, this French Cav is Lancers. You don't see a lot of UK Lancers. Oh, wait, these are not Lancers. They say Scarlet Lancers, but they're not. They're going to start falling back. Infantry are going to probably do the support here. Over here, it looks like, oh my goodness, Denmark is just pushing using infantry. Actually, man, they have a lot of infantry attacking this one unit. Look at this. So Austria is holding. I think they have one unit in melee and one unit is sitting there shooting them. This is actually, oh my goodness. Denmark is just getting broken. Austria is just pushing. But they better watch out because Russia has some excellent melee stats. And they are forming up here. Austria now taking this house. This is going to be huge. Austria, though, has lost a ton of infantry. My goodness. Denmark made a massive push here. And Austria, just their units maybe are a little too slow. As you can see, the L3s of Denmark going against the L2s of Austria. Now, we have some units over here maybe trying to take the building. We have the Russians setting up on the flank here. And Denmark should be very careful because this is a mass battle that could really hurt them in the long run. So they got to maybe reform a little bit or keep pushing. You know, they got to do one or the other. But if they hesitate, Austria and Russia are just going to shoot them to pieces. I have not seen a single artillery piece from the Allies yet. Maybe Austria lost theirs. But this is an excellent place. Russia has plenty of troops to hold this little choke point. Austria still has this house. They are actually fighting Denmark as they are trying to send in their guard. And now, as you can see, the Polish Cav are going to have a tougher time trying to help engage in this fight. It's just congested rivers, trees. It's going to be very difficult. And now these are going to... Okay, yeah, we've got Russia sitting guarding this other side. Austria is going to sit back here and just shoot with Denmark as France is going to bring up some more of their infantry that maybe can form square. Alright, here we go, guys. Here is a solid push now. The French are advancing on this hill for the UK. UK is forming up to meet them. Now, this is going to be a problem. These guys have a range of 65. These guys have a range of 70. France is going to be able to outshoot unless the UK get close. You're probably going to see, yep, a volley that the UK cannot reply to yet. The artillery position, though, they need some cav. Okay, they do have some. I would get these Scots Greys a lot closer. But they are going to start blasting away at this French army. Oh my goodness. Now UK are going to send in some more troops. We have Highlanders, Coldstream Guards on that side. Uh-oh. Henry Clinton better notice that he's getting charged by some Lancers here. And the Scots Greys better notice that their general's getting attacked. So far, nothing has been noticed. Oh my goodness, no! UK, wake up! Alright, he noticed it. Maybe a little too late. Send your Scots Greys in. My goodness. Oh, he disengaged for... Oh my goodness, he disengaged. Now, you can see the general is actually got charged by that. It was very risky. But they're going to go for their artillery now. And yeah, that broke them. Alright, so they managed to save that crisis. But look at this. Here comes some Hussars. So I would send your Scots Greys going in, stopping the cav from being able to push through and attack the guns. That was very risky, but it managed to hold. Now the UK and France are fighting in a pitched battle. UK has the advantage on the hill. Now over here, Denmark is kind of sitting back, kind of just shooting over this river. They are engaging over in the forest as well. Russia has plenty of troops for that. So unless Denmark has more, they should be pushing on this side, in my opinion. They should be pushing this side. Now we have some skirmishers over here shooting, and this is a lot of troops still, guys. In fact, maybe just make this a losing battle for your own army, but send a lot of reinforcements and just pincer the French. Imagine if Russia had still had those troops here. They could have just pushed. Now, of course, France is falling back because, honestly, they were starting to really lose some men, and I don't think they were going to win that. Know when you would not have won. So now they're going to fall back over here. This flank is going to be able to make some solid pushes, and France does not have the ridge line anymore. And so now these skirmishers and light infantry and all are just going to form up and start shooting. UK starting to form around on this flank, maybe to hit this French line. These two French armies are kind of separated a little bit. And the UK can maybe utilize pushing on both sides at the same time. Over here, let's follow this losing battle, I would say. Maybe it's not a losing battle. Prove me wrong, allies. Coalition, I should say. Russia is starting to push through these trees. Maybe going to even the odds, as this is a really good Denmark line infantry, but they are getting shot to pieces by Russia. Now, UK has, or not the UK, Austria has this building. They're going to be able to use that and fire on multiple angles. Russia is firing over here. Poland has pushed up with some line infantry and some skirmishers. I would be concerned if I was Russia, and what they're going to do is get really close, and actually a bayonet charge would not be a bad idea, guys. Uh-oh. So France noticed that, okay, they have some guys that can form square right here. They're going to guard their flank from France. Please tell me you're going to form square. Form square. Please form square. They did not form square. Oh, that's so disappointing. That's going to be a concern for them. So over here, UK and France has disengaged. And, wow. These Hussars are not doing very well. Okay, they are starting to break them. I was about to say, I was like, they're not doing very well, and they're actually fall back now. Over here, oh my goodness, Poland has shown up. Russia is going to be forming up, but they're going to get massively flanked by Poland. Poland making a huge push. These forests are going to be super frustrating. But this close-up volley is going to hurt. Ouch. Oh my goodness. What a slaughter. As you can see, maybe Poland didn't see it, or maybe they're trying to form up, but they are going to get shot to pieces at such a close range. They're still pushing around, and as you can see over here, the UK, or not the UK, oh, I can't get my factions. Russia has mass routed. They pushed up a little too close. These skirmishers actually do a lot of execution here. We got some Hussars that went for some of these Hussars for France and broke them, and now they're going to get out of there as these cuirassiers. Ooh, these guys could be a problem for Austria. If Austria can form some squares here, then that could be a huge game changer. Now, look at this. France is actually peeling off some troops to go push on this side. That's an excellent strategy, but now the UK could advance and probably have an advantage here. They are still pushing over here, and France is kind of maybe going to fall back to this hill and try holding there. Over here, actually, Poland has made a solid push. And the same goes for this side. Russia having sent more infantry. Maybe they're going to have to reform here. And Russia, sorry, is going to have to start to maybe peel some more troops off to stop this Polish push. Heh. Now, Russia is holding by this LOC. Denmark isn't really doing a lot of pushing. Maybe they've been really bloody.
We have killed their general, sir.
What?
Now they must break.
France lost their general? How? Did an artillery shell hit him? I don't know. Maybe. That'd be a very lucky artillery shell. Now, France is reforming once again. Maybe they're trying to get closer to their own guns. Yeah, they have guns right here. That is really going to start hurting the UK as they're going to start getting shelled on this hill. We have France along with some cuirassiers who are going to be pushing up. If these guys do form a square, well, guess what? These cuirassiers may get hurt, but these French infantry are going to be able to bayonet charge that square. And the Austria is going to start falling back here. They are... Ooh, we have some excellent flanking fire from Denmark artillery. Well placed on this lake. Going to fire straight into the flank of Russia. And that is not something you want. You do not want to see, because they'll just tear up multiple units at once. Not good. So Poland has now encircled Russia and is starting to shoot them to pieces here. Over here, it looks like we had some cav, some hussars who tried to go for some artillery and almost broke them. France able to save their artillery piece, but now they're being pushed and they're going to actually be overwhelmed. And that is a rare thing to see. France being overwhelmed in numbers by the UK of all people. That's, of course, because France peeled off troops to go over here and fight, which, as you can see, these cuirassiers are actually getting slaughtered. Not slaughtered, but they are losing. They are wavering. Oh, they went against a square right here. And they broke. These cuirassiers were a massive unit, 151 men, and now they lost 100 men. Over here, Austria now coming to the help of their ally, as Poland is making some massive pushes here, and they're going to start pushing on the flank. Over here, Denmark kind of isn't pushing still. Poland seems to be the only one who's making some aggressive moves right now. And as you can see, Russia maybe is going to start winning the shootout. They have lost some units, but they are very close. This is deadly volleys that are going to be exchanged, guys. On both sides, Russia pushing on the flank. They're probably going to break these Polish line infantry very soon. And then I still think they're losing a little bit over here. Austria is fighting a losing battle as France is closing in. And they're trying to maybe defeat Poland before France gets there. Over here, the UK are pushing up a lot. They have some Highlanders, actually. Maybe you're going to go for a bayonet charge, I would hope. Yes! Send in the Highlanders. Oh my goodness, that is going to break them. And look at this exchange, guys. We have some light infantry using the road maybe to quickly bayonet charge. Oh, that's going to go dreadful. They are going to get shot to pieces as they're charging up. Oh, that's going to go dreadfully for the French. They have some cav, though, that's running up the Grenadier Cheval, maybe trying to back up their infantry. But, of course, we have some Blue Horse who are going to back this up as well. And this is going to turn into a terrible, terrible, bloody, close quarters battle from both sides. Probably infantry from the UK and France are probably going to break. Hopefully there's some guys that can form square on this side. Nope, they can't. These Sicilian line infantry and these skirmishers are going to get charged by some Grenadier Cheval. UK broke. But hopefully for them, the French will also break. Over here, actually starting to look like the French may be starting to win, but here comes the UK on the flank. Oh, we got more cav pushing on the UK who did not form square. The square forming is going very well for the UK this time around. Now over here, France is pushing on Austria. As you can see over here, the UK, or not the UK, Russia lost a ton of infantry against Poland. So Poland has gotten a massive advantage here. I'm surprised Russia has pushed up so much. over here, but Poland is starting to really thin down the Russians. We got some Russian troops now holding the line. Got some cav charging these Austrians. France is fighting a inferior Austrian line. And this is starting to look very bad for Russia and Austria. Now, if the UK can make some decisive wins here, maybe they can win here. Like, they can help out their ally. But this cav is just destroying the UK cav here. The Scots Greys did go in, pushing against these Grenadier Cheval. And, of course, we have some Grenadiers getting also charged by the Dragoon Blue Horse. And hopefully generals are going to inspire. We got William Carr. Oh my goodness. So France is actually making some massive headway here. But here comes some cav in the back lines charging some Trilliers and Voltigeurs who were not able to form square. This is looking pretty bad right now, actually, for the UK. These Grenadier Cheval are just chopping apart these are really cheap line infantry from the UK. And the cav was able to make short work of them. I would say that the French maybe are going to win this battle now. Bouncing back over here, it's starting to look very successful for the Denmark-Polish alliance.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
As you can see, Russia and Austria are just getting chopped to pieces by cav. Unfortunately, cav is a huge part of a battle comp. And Denmark is now starting to push. They have won enough that they're going to start pushing. Poland did lose a lot here, but their units are still in the fight. And Denmark is going to start pushing, maybe take this LOC. Austria and Russia are non-existent right here, and now Poland is just going to squash this one. Actually, I would even push. I would push over here and take out this little center, and maybe not. They're looking, they're losing. So now I would say this battle is in favor of France. The UK has one solid line over here. They've taken the LOC. They have 27 minutes. They have to hold that LOC, hold this LOC, and hold this LOC. And maybe they can win by LOC victory. I would not be pushing as the UK right now. Oh, we got some, these Hussars, the tabs came back. I would say go for these Chasseurs Cheval here. That's exactly what they're going to do. And they're going to break them. That's a problem for France. Now, over here, it looks like I would fall back as the UK on this side, not push up, you know? Fall back, hold your LOC. I mean, maybe they have to. Maybe they're trying to be aggressive because they know their ally is losing on this side, you know? That's a very likely scenario here. As you can see, Russia is just barely holding on by a thread. Denmark has definitely taken this LOC, or is about to. These Grenadiers are going to probably lose. There's a ton of them up down here. But they're probably going to lose here in just a little bit, as Austria is almost gone totally from this battle.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
They took it. So, this battle is basically over. Austria is probably going to get shot to pieces very soon here. So the UK need to make some big moves here, guys. They need to make some pushes, and they need to make some strong headway if they want to deal with Denmark, because they have some pretty strong armies. France just has to delay the UK. That rhymed. They have to delay them just a little bit longer until their ally shows up and they can crush the UK together. As now you can see, the UK are going to advance on the French line. France, I think, is actually going to start peeling off to go help their ally and leave Poland to clean up Austria. Russia is just gotten totally surrounded by Denmark and Poland, and now Denmark is victoriously pushing through on this road. They're going to start moving, and the UK have to win in the next, I'd say, 3 minutes. So it's probably not going to happen, because it's going to take probably 3 minutes to use this road to march up to here. Although, if the French hold them right here, they will be stuck in a line battle that they cannot disengage from very easily without massive losses. We have some calves still over here. This Grenadier Cheval taking on these hussars. And probably he was farming, I think. The Grenadier Cheval probably was farming up these guys, make sure they don't return. Someone has to do the farm work, you know.
Our men are running, sir.
So now, as you can see, the coalition has gone on this side, and it is just this one battle. They don't have a whole lot of options at this point, guys. I'm surprised France keeps falling back. I think they could win on this. I mean, they got some chasseurs. I mean, they got some really good infantry. They're on the defensive, too. In fact, these Voltigeurs and all that should stop retreating. They just need to form up together. I don't know where they're going. But if they all form up together, like I said, the UK is not going to stop pushing. They shouldn't stop pushing. Because they'll just get surrounded if they stop. So they're just going to keep pushing on you. So you got to make a stand or try to maybe circle back. Looks like maybe they're going to make their final stand here. UK haven't gotten a shot off yet. Nope, they're going to fall back again. They actually outnumber, I think, the UK, or they're just dead even. So unless they really think that there's a problem with, yeah, see, the UK have peeled off some troops now. They're gonna try to. Okay, the artillery's gone. But they're gonna maybe try to hold this LOC. They have 22 minutes to do it. We got some horse artillery running up here. And yeah, Denmark, Poland gonna start pushing up this road. 5 minutes tops, they'll be at this LOC, I'd say. At least some of their units will be. Maybe not the bulk of their army. I mean, I think maybe France is going to stop here. Question mark. I mean, being honest, they have to stop somewhere. That map ends at a certain point. And maybe they're going to go to this LOC and hold there. Maybe. The UK just keep pushing. Like I said, they had some troops over here. I'm going to kind of fast forward because obviously this is just a advancing, stopping. And no one seems to be doing anything. We have some chasseurs who are going to go and take on Henry Clinton in the house by himself. The UK have to notice this. Come on. Now, instead they're going to surround this unit. The UK are now going to, well, they're going to form up and maybe engage both sides. They're kind of getting surrounded here. So, let us see.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Henry Clinton is going to die valiantly in the building. He set up an HQ. Tipped back, had a shot of whiskey. You know, to stop the burn of the loss he just has suffered or is going to suffer. So now the UK are going to form up here. They have some horse artillery that are going to shoot us some cav. They're forming up to take on the French line. Now France should advance again. We have some units who are going to go in and try to take this building. They're very going to France is successfully going to hold it, and now France needs to just move in two directions, and this battle should end very soon here. So I'm just going to keep fast forwarding. I'm going to keep a panned out view. You guys can watch it play out in real time with me. And I'll make my remarks as we roll along. I know it's not as interesting with no sound, but, you know, once the fighting starts again, maybe we will. Looks like they tried going for the LOC again and got routed once again. Those chasseurs are excellent all-around units. their melee shooting, morale, make them the Imperials. They're
Our
part of
men
the
are
Imperial
running,
Guard.
sir.
So UK just threw a lot of troops trying to take it out. I mean, at this point, they are going to be fighting every single faction that is on this battlefield. So Denmark starting to form up. UK starting to shoot at them. We got the UK definitely starting to form up in their last line of defense. They have artillery setting up between the line infantry. All right. So we got some units doing a bayonet charge. Grenadiers going against some German Legion. Artillery set up right here. Probably going to start punching holes in the Polish. And here comes the French army that they, couldn't engage really. And if you look here, they are just surrounded. I'm just going to do it literally on top of you. So, I wish I could draw. It'd be amazing if you could draw, because you could just draw things out. Probably didn't abuse that too much, though. So, France is now pushing on two sides. Denmark and Poland are pushing along here. And artillery is going to probably start firing over, I don't know. At this point, the UK, it's just a last stand. Oh gosh, that is not what I wanted. Yeah, France is going to just squash them. Two sides. Artillery going to get charged by Denmark. Lancers, the Ulenin. And
the men are fatigued,
some
sir,
solid volleys. But, yeah. France actually lost some troops here. Wow. But they're getting charged from two sides. Or shot from two sides. That is going to cause them to break very quickly. Here we go. It is an all-out charge, guys. Oh, don't form square. That is the worst thing you can do to a bayonet charge.
Our men are running, sir.
And, yep. The UK are getting surrounded and charged to death. Maybe he decided just, hey, charge me. I mean, this will make it... At a certain point, I would be like, just let's get it over with. We can hurry this up and play another game still. Yeah, so I think this game will now be over. There's one unit of 6-pounders over there, but the Cav will probably charge them quickly.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
Good play. I mean, the UK made some good pushes. Unfortunately, it just wound up being Denmark and Poland just crushed the other side. They did a really good job of crushing the other side. And, as Austria being charged by two factions of just almost all Cav, there's not a whole lot you really can do in that scenario that's really going to work. Yes, Austria may have some good Cav, but when it comes to numbers, it doesn't matter if you get surrounded. You could have the greatest Cav ever. If you're France and you get surrounded by, say, Prussia and Spain, it's going to be kind of difficult to worm your way out of that one if you're all by yourself. So, that's probably where the battle went wrong.
The unit is dead, sir.
Once Austria lost their Cav, they were defenseless and couldn't really defend their infantry anymore. So this one was sent in by Bob Toad. So thank you for that, Bob Toad. I can see the losses, and we killed definitely heavily on the French alliance side. But yeah, good battle. One thing I'm going to do, if you are new to NTW3, just on a side note, I'm going to be making some videos, tutorials of sorts, starting from the basics and going up. Now that's going to cover stuff like, terrain, like just a basic roads, you move faster in roads, columns move faster than lines, morale is better in columns than in lines, and, Cav, flanking, just basic stuff like that. And then we're going to expand out from that. We're going to talk about different maps, strategies for different maps, builds, what's good for a build, what's good if your allies bring a certain build, what build you may want to bring, say someone's focusing heavily on Cav, what to bring to support them. And then I'm talking about strategies. For instance, I mean, you can if you're in a line battle and you want to hard hit the center of an enemy line, which is a very when used correctly is very effective. I'm going to try to recreate that, show you guys in a video or videos how to do that, and then follow it up with some dragoons who are hard hitting, follow it up with heavy cav, or save your heavy cav to combat other heavy cav. So, and I'm not by any means saying that I am even experienced in NTW3. I'm going to be getting people's help that are actually really good at this game to explain that. So stay tuned for those in the future, guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. You all stay safe. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll catch you all in another video.